No, no. Hi, so everyone, welcome to the channel. For a change, we have Mr. Profit Curve himself. We'll be interviewing him today instead of him being, interviewing others and giving tips
Yeah,
and giving educational videos to the YouTube channel.
right.
Today we'll be asking his opinion and what he thinks about overall everything, I would say, not
Hmm.
about just market.
Sure.
So first of all, I would like to congratulate you since this month you're celebrating 11 years of Profit Curve.
Yeah, yeah.
And just today you celebrated 14,000 followers on LinkedIn as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes,
That's
yes.
a big milestone as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
An
Shiv.
organic one.
Organic one. Yeah, all organic. Thank you so much. First of all, it's my pleasure that we have you on the channel. And thank you for doing this. It's a great initiative you have taken.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So let's start with it, I would say.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I would say to really start, since there's a revolution which has taken place like before, we could not buy the US stocks, let's say.
Hmm.
There are applications, there are companies who have started this. So
Yeah.
what do you think about US markets, and what do you think about the way like do you invest in US stock market, and
Hmm.
what do you think about the outside Indian market, I would say.
Yeah, that's a great question to start off with. I'm sure our followers, members, they'll appreciate you because you've really started with the elephant in the room. So U.S. markets are the we all know that it's the capitalist economy, it's the biggest economy in the world. So obviously US dollar is the reserve currency, and because of all that hegemony, US markets are very important to the world. I personally don't invest in US markets because to be very honest, I haven't tracked them for 21 years. Like our markets, I've been tracking since I was in engineering second year. So it's been 21 years I've been tracking. So we know the patterns. We have seen those patterns follow after every recession. But personally, to answer your question, I don't invest in US markets. You're right. There are a lot of apps which have come up, and I mean, see, there are a lot of people who get fascinated. Shiv, that let's buy shares of Apple. Yeah, let's buy shares of Google. I'd
Yes,
like
yeah.
to mention here there is a very good mutual fund in India. In fact, there are a lot of mutual funds in India who invest your money in the US markets. So if we take names, then it will sound that we are promoting, but not exactly. Standard disclaimer: all stock ideas, mutual fund ideas on this channel are only for our discussion purpose, dear viewers. No mutual fund or no stock mentioned on the channel is subscribe is promoted, or there is nothing of that sort. It's a freewheeling discussion. This video is only for educational purposes. So standard disclaimer. There is Parag Parekh FlexiCap Fund. There is Motilal Oswal Nasdaq Fund. I mean, when you have mutual fund managers taking care of your investments with a day job, and they get paid very heavily, and they are experts, 24 by 7 they are doing it. They are putting your money in US markets. Then why would an average Indian take the risk of? So because of that logic, I haven't invested because of this logic.
So personally, do you invest in this mutual funds, or you just named it since you know
I
about it?
Parag Parekh, yes, I have some personal capacity holding also. Parag Parekh FlexiCap Fund. Personally, I have invested in this because I think it's a very good track record of this mutual. Not the one with the US market. Parag Parekh has a lot of funds, but I've
Okay.
invested in
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
FlexiCap Fund. Yeah, FlexiCap has exposure to Apple, Alphabet,
Yes.
Facebook, and all those Nasdaq stocks. Yeah.
But as an overall idea or a concept, what do you think about this? That people have come and they have built an app that India better better you can invest in US stocks. So what about that idea?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I am all for choices. Like every investor in the world should get a choice to invest wherever he or she wants. It is a good idea. You should give the option to people, but people should be smart enough. If they are tracking US markets, then why not? If somebody in India has been tracking the 2008 recession and the big jump in US markets, then why not? Yeah, why not? It makes sense. It's an option given, then why not take it?
I think yes, I agree. So I think we have been hearing as a student or as a teenager or as a now in my 20s,
Mhm.
everyone says start investing as early as possible.
Right.
But many people I see that they just want to invest because people are it's a peer pressure first of all, and they don't have much idea. So I would in what do you think, like they should educate themselves first and then come to the market, or what do you think about this? Like people are just investing their money, like they should have an idea what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. Good question again. I think basic fundamental point is everybody should know what they are getting into. The thing that you mentioned is peer pressure is a good point you mentioned. See, there is no other way. You know it better than anybody. We have had that discussion earlier off record that there's no other instrument that gives you 14 to 16% annual returns over a period of 5 to 10 years. And whether it's peer pressure, the only difference is like you asked your first question. If somebody is tracking stock markets regularly and that person or investor is an active investor, that guy can take active interest in stocks and keep on investing in stocks. But if in India most people are service and business and working people, but they want to grow their money, mutual fund I still believe is a great option. SIP, whether we do in stocks or whether we do in mutual funds, but mutual funds for a passive investor, even a student, like you said, is a great option to start. I mean, you can start with 1000 rupees a month as a student and rather buying the biggest iPhone in the world, which now we have a store in India also. So rather than spending your money on depreciating assets, I feel students can do SIP and leave the headache. There's a lot of headache. So leave the headache to mutual fund managers and let your money grow.
I think thank you for highlighting that 1000 rupee as a low amount, because I think I had an off camera conversation with you or someone else
Ha
that
ha ha.
we had a conversation wherein a person should educate themselves and on, because whenever a person is like in your 20s or in their teenage, they don't have much money. So some people think that let's earn first a good amount and then invest.
Absolutely. Agreed. Agreed. You should not invest your parents' money. I mean,
Yeah,
somebody who's starting from your first paycheck, I think people should start investing. They earn first, they learn the metrics. I mean, you have courses on NISM, you can easily learn the markets. But let me tell you one thing here. Everybody in our country is not financially inclined, which means these ratios and price to earning, price to book, and how much ever you simplify it in India, the fact is financial literacy is very low and people don't care about it. Matlab, it's not like this is not the case in the US. In the US, kids from 8, 9 standard are they already learn accounting, basic accounts, although they are not as smart as Indians, but they know that the only option they have is to invest in equity markets. They've been taught that from age of 14. An average US citizen knows that I have to invest in an ETF, which is an exchange traded fund, which is safest option considered by many students. So at least that basic thing should start from not college, but ninth standard, 10th standard schooling. And you're right, absolutely right. People should educate themselves. They should know the risk factors. And if they come for the long term, no, see, long term में क्या होता है सारे पाप धुल जाते हैं eventually. If you stay, trust me, I'll give you an example on this point. मतलब घटिया से घटिया म्यूचुअल फंड भी होगा ना शिव, if a person has stayed invested in block letters for 10 years, I'm not even talking about 25 years, at least for 10 years, no, even if it's a ordinary, if it's an ordinary or a average mutual fund, that fund has given at least 14 to 16% returns. Mutual fund for passive investment is one of the best options. एंड स्टॉक्स में इफ दीज पीपल वांट टू गेट इनटू स्टॉक्स, तो मेरा आज का वीडियो वही है, लार्ज कैप्स, बिग कंपनीज आर द सेफेस्ट ऑप्शंस बिकॉज यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू लूज मनी ओवर देयर. You're not taking a big
Hmm.
chunk of risk. यूएस में भी यही होता है, आई थिंक साउथ कोरिया में भी यही हुआ था, जापान में भी वही हुआ था. In Japan we had Toshibas and Sonys, and the 80s was all about Japan. Then 90s we moved to South Korea, we had Samsung taking over half of the world. So agar aap imagine, no, if somebody would have invested in Apple or Amazon or Google or Netflix or Tesla is now doubtful, but when you invest in these companies, they are not going to lose money for you if you stay the course for 10 years. मैंने कभी नहीं देखा 10 साल में किसी का पोर्टफोलियो में नुकसान हुआ है, स्पेशली इफ दैट गाय इज इन अ म्यूचुअल फंड, क्योंकि म्यूचुअल फंड में द फंड मैनेजर ऑटोमेटिकली डज ऑल द चर्निंग एंड चेंजिंग स्टॉक्स.
Yeah,
या इट्स ही इज गेटिंग पेड मंथली सैलरी फॉर इट. यू नो तो स्टॉक्स में
yeah. I
आना
think
तब है जब आपका वो पैशन है, you know that you can take that chance directly. इसलिए I don't still appreciate a lot of our local investors ना, वो बहुत जल्दी गाली देते हैं, ये स्टॉक तो नीचे चला गया, ऊपर चला गया, बिकॉज दे आर नॉट यूज टू एवरेजिंग, क्या भाव पे लेना है, कहाँ एवरेज करना है, कहाँ बेचना है, छोड़ना है. फिर स्टॉक स्प्लिट हो गया. लुक एट आईटीसी, आपके पोर्टफोलियो में है ना शायद आईटीसी. यू सॉ द ग्रोथ, राइट? डबल, 2 साल में डबल. 21 दिन में पैसा तो डबल सिर्फ मूवीज में होता है, वहां भी नहीं होता. वहां भी नहीं होता. But see, this is an example of good stock. Yeah, sorry, long answer I gave to your good
no,
question.
no, it's fine. I think it was just a continuation of the question
Yeah,
I asked.
yeah, yeah.
So continuing to this, again, as you said, 25 दिन में पैसा double. There are many financial influencers in the
Hmm.
market,
Hmm.
whether real, whether fake, and there are many who advertise. Like maybe before we play a video, also there are a lot of
Yeah,
ads also who run up
yeah.
to. So what is your opinion on that? Like,
It is a fad. Very good question. It's a fad. I think it will pass away. I don't consider myself as a financial. I don't want to consider myself as a financial influencer. I consider myself as a storyteller. I'm here on YouTube just to help people. And you might have noticed I never ask anybody to like or subscribe to my channel. Never done
yeah,
that.
yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
never be doing that at all, because I don't want that kind of multiple million trillion follower crowd. उसका वो
Hmm.
problem क्या होता है, once you get to those 1 lakh subscribers, या you have to do it every day, and then it becomes like a दिहाड़ी के मजदूर हो जाते हैं हम YouTube में. मतलब
I don't
रोज
know if you know
वीडियो.
this, but there are few channels who come up online at around, let's say, 7:38. Ki
हाँ.
buy this for intraday today.
Oh yeah, yeah. अच्छा.
Buy this for this week.
Oh yeah, you're talking about that. I think
That
government is
also.
SEBI and the government are doing a great job. They are very strict on the wrong influences. But मैं आपको बताऊं शिव, ये पहले भी होता था, 90s में भी होता था. That time people used to get phone calls. Then when we had mobile phone, अभी भी आप देखते हो ना, वो फालतू एसएमएस आते हैं कि buy this, sell this, 20 bagger, डबल हो जाएगा. तो ये तो हमेशा से चल रहा है. ओनली द मीडियम कीप्स चेंजिंग. दैट टाइम इट वाज फोन कॉल से एसएमएस, फिर टेलीग्राम, और अभी यूट्यूब पे आ गए सब. इट्स अ फैड. आई थिंक इट विल पास अवे. होता क्या है ना, ओनली द वंस हु आर जेन्युइन विल स्टे. बट ये जो मेजोरिटी, ये जनता है, मेरे को लगता है इनका टाइम, इनके पास इतना मटेरियल नहीं है. दे डोंट हैव द रिसर्च मेट्रिक्स की रोज उठ के आप कोई वीडियो डालो और फिर वो, उसको अगर किसी दिन व्यूज नहीं मिले. पीपल हैव वेरी शॉर्ट मेमोरी. You know it better now, you tackle so much of consumers. उनकी मेमोरी, वो रीसेंसी बायस बोलते हैं ना, रीसेंसी में जो याद आ गया, इट्स अ बायस. तो आप वही देखोगे जब तक वो बंदे का कंटेंट रेलेवेंट लग रहा है, आप देखोगे. अदरवाइज यू विल स्विच ना. नोबडी इज फोर्स टू स्टिक टू अ चैनल. इट्स गुड, वट एवर इज हैपनिंग इज गुड, बिकॉज द मोर इन्फ्लुएंसर्स कम, द मोर जेन्युइन वंस विल स्टे. एंड जो फेक है, या जैसे आप बता रहे हो, वो फोर्स करते हैं या जो भी, I think that's a big problem. You're right. We need to. I'm sure the authorities are doing something about. ऐसे किसी को बोलना नहीं चाहिए buy this, sell this. It's illegal. It's not even allowed. तो गलत है वो.
So continuing, I think
Hmm.
we are at this place now. We are almost, I would say, we are the most populated country in the world. But
Yeah.
apart from that, we are at a now at a very good level of economy. We are reaching the $5 trillion economy, and
Hmm.
many millionaires, billionaires, and let's say Ray Dalio even is looking for the Indian market. Not as per the I'm not talking about the stock market perspective or share market perspective. I'm talking as a India as a country and the infrastructure and development. So the world is watching India now. So
Correct.
what are your views on the import and export also? Like many people are giving they are tying up with India on the export and import front also. We
Yeah,
have
yeah,
on arrivals visa.
yeah. Visa on arrival. That's my favorite product of India. Visa on arrival is very good, man. It saves you a lot of hassle. Yeah.
So
So you're
what do you think about the, let's say, next 5 years or
very
something like
good.
that?
Yeah. Very intelligent questions you have raked up. Definite. So there are two parts to this answer. Part A is I've been listening to this India rhetoric for the last 20 years. पहले भी यही होता था. सब बोलते थे ये इंडिया का डेकेड है, इंडिया का डेकेड है. See, we have to be self critical also. तो हमने एक प्रॉब्लम ये है कि we missed a big chance which went to China in the last 20 years. जिस तरह चाइना
That
ऊपर
was
आया,
okay.
टेक्सटाइल्स बोलो, लुक एट टेक्सटाइल्स. द इंडिया से कोई टेक्सटाइल निकाल के ले गया, विच कंट्री? बांग्लादेश. दीज फॉरेनर्स प्रोनाउंस इट एज बांग्लादेश. यू नो एंड आई हेट दैट, नॉट द प्रोनाउंसिएशन. हमारा खादी टेक्सटाइल एम्पोरियम वो इंडिया का प्रोडक्ट है, था एक जमाने में. एवरीबडी इज मेकिंग इन बांग्लादेश. तो हमारा जो, what you said is right, we missed an opportunity. But now I think if you remember the pastel factors, the six factors, the political, economic, social, technology, environmental and legal, sare, all stars are aligning in India's favor. I completely agree with you. uh, IT services, pharma, and a lot of other industries, I think we can grow. We just have to, we are a $3.4 trillion economy. The moment we become a $5 trillion economy, we are surpassing Japan and Germany. As of now, US is number one, China is number two, India is number five. तो बीच में जर्मनी और जापान है जो बहुत बड़ी इकोनॉमीज, इतना नहीं है. 5 ट्रिलियन इंडिया पहुंचेगा 2030 तक, या शायद उसके पहले. once we reach the $5 trillion economy mark in the next 5 to 7 years, whatever you are saying, there is going to be an influx of money already starting to come in. You mentioned a great name, Ray Dalio, और इतने सारे अभी तो FIIs ने देखा भी नहीं. They've just scratched the surface of our country. They'll come via tourist. टूरिज्म देखो आप, हमारे देश में टूरिज्म इतना अनपॉपुलर है. Nobody wants to so we are, I'm also an angel investor. I mentor startups. आपको पता है, we have discussed about this also, ना? Nobody in this country wants to start a business in tourism. Nobody. There is no incentive for that sector. And that is the most underrated sector of our country. Look at UAE, Dubai देखो, आप जानते हो how that country migrated in 2012. मैंने अपनी आंखों से देखा है, from oil economy to a tourism and banking and finance economy. वो कितना स्ट्रेटेजिकली उन्होंने दुबई को अभी एक टूरिज्म बना दिया. अभी मतलब एवरीबडी गोज टू दुबई, एनीबडी एंड एवरीबडी कैन गो देयर. आपका लेवल अलग अलग हो सकता है, आप कहाँ रहोगे, बट इट इज बिकम सो अफोर्डेबल दैट, एंड सो मेनी वीजास दे गिव. व्हाट आई एम सेइंग इज, हमारे देश में यार देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स वी कैन शो इन टूरिज्म, राइट? तो वो
Yeah,
सेक्टर है, टेक्सटाइल है. मेक इन इंडिया इज डूइंग ग्रेट. PLI scheme by the government is great. I just read today that 35% of all iPhones are being made in India now globally. So ऐसे अगर चीजें होंगी, I'm sure what you said, FDI and FII both will participate in the country. The
participate.
problem is, um, कैसे बताऊं मैं, चाइना इज अ कम्युनिस्ट कंट्री. एंड चाइना में रूल्स बना के रूल्स फॉलो करवाना बहुत आसान है, क्योंकि वो गुंडागर्दी है कि आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. अपने यहाँ प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना, रेड टेपिज्म. किसी ने कोई रूल अगर अगर बना भी दिया तो उसको चैलेंज करने 50 लोग खड़े हो जाते हैं कोर्ट में, यहाँ वहाँ. सो दैट समटाइम्स बिकम्स अ बॉटल नेक. आई कैन गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल. न्यू बॉम्बे एयरपोर्ट देखो, लुक एट आवर सिटी मुंबई. every 5 minutes a flight lands or takes off from Bombay. Are you aware? Every 5 minutes या तो एक फ्लाइट लैंड होती है या फ्लाइट टेक ऑफ होती है. आप एयरपोर्ट पे प्रेशर देखो, एयरपोर्ट नहीं है.
I had read Mumbai airport in 24 hours takes 1004 of takeoff and landing in a 24 hours of flights.
या 1004 वही हो गया ना. आप डिवाइड करो 24 आवर्स से, तो
Yeah,
एवरी
so
सिक्स सिक्स
something like that.
मिनट्स 5 to 6 minutes वही हो गया. सेम सेम एवरेज. ग्लोबल एवरेज ऑफ टेक ऑफ एंड लैंडिंग इज 40 मिनट्स. हर 40 मिनट में, या तो 30-40 मिनट कुछ है. हीथ्रो एयरपोर्ट जो लंदन का है, जो सपोजिटली सबसे बिजी था, या दुबई का है, आधा घंटा यार लोगों को सांस लेने का टाइम तो मिले. आप 5-5 मिनट में एक फ्लाइट टेक ऑफ. कैन यू इमेजिन द एयरपोर्ट गाइज वर्किंग एट द एयरपोर्ट, और इतना टचवुड इतना स्मूथ चलता है ना सब कुछ अपने एयरपोर्ट पे. मतलब देर इज, कुछ मामलों में आवर कंट्री ओवरऑल इज फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड. आई वी वुड लाइक टू गिव इट टू आवर कंट्री. जैसे मनी ट्रांसफर हो गया, यूपीआई हो गया, टेक्नोलॉजी हो गया. 15 मिनट में पूरे दुनिया में कहीं पे सब्जी नहीं आती है. जेप्टो पे आप कुछ भी ऑर्डर करते हो, लिटरली द गाय रन्स अप एंड उसका सामान भी अच्छा है. जेप्टो है, स्विगी है, बट द 10 मिनट 15 मिनट ग्रोसरी डिलीवरी वो तो दुनिया में कहीं नहीं हो सकता. आई डोंट थिंक इट्स पॉसिबल ऑल्सो. सो इफ आवर कंट्री फोकसेस ऑन दीज यूएसपीज, डेफिनेटली व्हाट यू आर सेइंग, इन एनी केस मुझे लगता है 2030 तक ना बहुत पैसा आने वाला है इंडिया में. आइदर डायरेक्ट थ्रू मार्केट्स या इनडायरेक्ट थ्रू बिजनेसेस, बहुत पैसा आने वाला है. हमारे लोगों को उसके लिए तैयार होना चाहिए. आर पीपल शुड स्टॉप फाइटिंग अमंगस्ट ईच अदर. वी शुड नॉट मेक द सेम मिस्टेक वी मेड इन द ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी टाइम, कि राजा महाराजा एक दूसरे से लड़ रहे हैं और ब्रिटिश आके हम पे राज करके चला गया. मार्क माई वर्ड्स, एप्पल को अभी हमें औकात में रोकना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो ये एप्पल आपके फिर सर पे चढ़ के बैठेगा. The way people are, you saw that video, the way people are वो टिम कुक के पांव पड़ रहे हैं लोग. We don't need all that nonsense यार. People are going to his feet and taking आशीर्वाद from him. Come on यार. It's just a freaking company. उसको भगवान मत बनाओ. Don't make companies like countries. We are doing the same mistake. हम वापस एक ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी खड़ी कर रहे हैं. This time the difference is, country नहीं है कोई ब्रिटिश जैसी. These are corporates. गूगल, एप्पल, फेसबुक, ये आपको आगे जाके फिर रूल करेंगे. ऑलरेडी कर रहे हैं ना
I
आपको.
think I think the sector, the mobile phone sector needs, because there's a duopoly. That's only Android. There's only iOS.
या.
I think it needs a third operating system, I would say,
Wow,
to
that's a
continue upon.
good point. That's a very good point. I don't think people think about it that way. If there is, what if there is a third player comes, then उनका मोनोपोली डिओपोली खत्म हो जाएगा. That's a
Because
great point.
Windows and BlackBerry went.
हम्म. या,
So
इफ इट कम्स ग्रेट यार, बट लगता है आपको कोई तीसरा इसमें घुसेगा बीच में? नॉट पॉसिबल ना. बहुत मतलब बहुत फैल गया है मार्केट.
we don't know. Because I think Europe took a decision, right? It's gonna only entertain one cable
या.
of mobile
या.
charger.
या.
So that is something
That was a good
a
thing.
country is done. A
That
continent
will
is done, I would say.
reduce the IT wastage, and उससे थोड़ा green revolution भी होगा. In fact, Apple took that decision कि हम चार्जर अभी नहीं देंगे. I think कुछ boxes में ऐसा सुना था मैंने कुछ. I'd heard that. नहीं.
Chargers, basically, they're just giving the cable. They don't give
Yeah,
everything.
just giving the cable. Correct. Okay. So अपना future है
So as
इंडिया
you
में.
mentioned,
Yeah, I'll just finish my one liner.
yeah, yeah.
If somebody stays invested for the next 7 years, 2030 तक भी अगर आप आज ये सुन रहे हो वीडियो, और 2030 तक भी अगर आप रुकते हो इंडिया में, आई थिंक यू हैव अ ग्रेट फ्यूचर फॉर योर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स.
I think you just mentioned about UPI and everything, this digital payment, yeah, it's a great revolution for our country.
Yeah,
And many people are looking to this, from outside our country as well. So
yeah.
personally, what do you prefer? Are you a UPI guy, are you a debit guy or a credit guy? What payment method do you use the most?
Good question. Good question. Very good question.
And
I
why?
I think you have to be having all options. You need one basic credit card, you need one UPI, you need some cash also. I'll say that also. Because आप किसी भी एक मोड पे completely, it's not good to give everything in one basket. मैं तो शुरू से यही मानता हूँ. So we use a mixture of everything यार, थोड़ा थोड़ा depending on the amount कितना बड़ा है उसके हिसाब से थोड़ा थोड़ा सब कुछ यूज करते हैं, everything. कैश इंडिया से जाने वाला नहीं है, ये मुझे पता है. यू कैन बिकम अ लेस कैश इकोनॉमी, बट यू कांट बिकम अ कैशलेस इकोनॉमी. इट्स नॉट गोना वर्क इन आवर कंट्री.
Hmm.
तो वो तो थोड़ा बहुत चाहिए. हाँ.
I think, yeah, I agree. I think one question would be, I think that to your viewers, I would say that today Nifty is at around 1700
या.
and BSC is around 60,000s. So what do you think, what can we expect this to be, around Diwali, I would say?
गुड क्वेश्चन.
What is
दिवाली
your
दिस ईयर, दिस
forecast or
दिवाली
expect? Yeah. Diwali 2024, 2023, sorry.
2023 Diwali, you're saying. um, So, US Federal Reserve, whenever they cut interest rates, or like whenever they increase the interest rates, which they have done for the last 1.5 year because of their own mistake, now they are covering up the mistake of printing excess dollars. Whenever they cut interest rates, July August में होना चाहिए. So, FIIs का flow वापस थोड़ा थोड़ा करके इंडिया में आएगा, इमर्जिंग मार्केट्स में आएगा. एवरी इमर्जिंग मार्केट विल गेट इट, इंक्लूडिंग आवर कंट्री. तो अगर आप दिवाली का पूछ रहे हो, समवेयर अराउंड अक्टूबर एंड या नवंबर, नवंबर में मेरे ख्याल से, हाँ, फर्स्ट वीक ऑफ नवंबर, निफ्टी शुड बी, आई मीन, ऑप्टिमिस्टिक व्यू देना है तो निफ्टी शुड बी 19,600. और अगर रियलिस्टिक व्यू देना है तो 18,700 तो है. निफ्टी विल टच इट्स लाइफ टाइम हाई फॉर वंस इवन इन दिस दिवाली, वो तो होगा ही. और ऑप्टिमिस्टिकली मैं देख रहा हूँ उससे थोड़ा ऊपर ही जाएगा. 19,000 का बैरियर एक बार तो क्रॉस हो जाएगा इन दिवाली फॉर श्योर.
Mm.
क्योंकि रेट जब कटता है तो फॉरेनर्स को इमर्जिंग मार्केट्स में ज्यादा कमाई होती है. एंड इफ यू लुक एट द हिस्ट्री ऑफ द स्टॉक मार्केट, फर्स्ट हाफ जो होता है ना शिव, जनवरी टू जून एवरी ईयर, इट्स वेरी बैड, बहुत बुरा होता है. एवरी ईयर द मार्केट स्ट्रगल्स इन जैन टू जून. और जुलाई से लेके दिवाली तक एक वो बुल मिनी बुल मार्केट बोलो या वो रैली बोलो, वो चलती है. जुलाई के बाद इन इवेंचुअली द मार्केट गोज अप एवरी ईयर. तो 4-5 साल छोड़ के पिछले 20 साल में हर साल ऐसा हुआ है. सो इट्स अ कॉमन पैटर्न. तो हम तो हर साल बेसिकली जुलाई का वेट करते हैं. और ये जो स्टॉक्स अभी गिर रहे हैं ना, ये इस भाव पे मिलेंगे नहीं बाद में. यू विल नॉट गेट लार्ज कैप्स एट दीज काइंड ऑफ रेट्स. बट पीपल डू दिस मिस्टेक, नो, दे गेट एवरीथिंग इनटू इट एट वन टाइम. वैसा करना ही नहीं है. आपको एसआईपी करना है. सिस्टमैटिक इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान का मतलब ही वो है कि जस्ट डू इट एवरी मंथ, you get the best rate.
I think yes, I agree with you too. I think the last question for the day I would like to ask you is that just that one stock or one share in the
Hmm.
stock market which you think is really, really undervalued, or people don't really see to that as a great stock in the market. One stock,
Hmm.
if you have to say.
Very good question, yaar. I must appreciate your research is fantastic. अभी तो चलो, I'll give you two. One तो already showed its potential, which we were shouting from the rooftop. That was ITC. When ITC was at 220, we said ये बहुत जल्दी, nobody would have taken a dime on this prediction that ये 400 जाएगा या 300 जाएगा या 350 जाएगा. तो आईटीसी ने अपना काम कर लिया. नाउ आई थिंक अगेन, इफ आई हैव टू आंसर फ्रॉम अ लार्ज कैप पर्सपेक्टिव, एच डी एफ सी बैंक मुझे लगता है यहाँ से 2 साल में डबल हो सकता है. इट इज 1600 राइट नाउ. इट कैन easily क्रॉस 3000 in the next 2 years. There are 2-3 reasons for that. It has underperformed like ITC in the last 3 years. सारे बैंकिंग स्टॉक्स आगे निकल गए और ये कंपनी थोड़ा अंडर परफॉर्म किया है. Now, HDFC is merging with HDFC Bank. The flagship company का merger announce हो गया है, वो clear हो गया है, all authorities have cleared it. तो एक बार ये दोनों behemoths merge हो जाते हैं, उसके बाद MSCI इंडेक्स में HDFC ग्रुप का वेटेज बढ़ेगा और ऑटोमेटिकली बहुत सारे फॉरेनर्स का पैसा उसमें आएगा, बिकॉज HDFC इज अ पार्ट ऑफ ETFs. ETFs मतलब वो एक्सचेंज ट्रेडेड फंड्स होते हैं. उसमें अंधाधुन निफ्टी पे पैसा लगता है. तो जब निफ्टी में किसी कंपनी का वेट बढ़ेगा तो वो कंपनी में ऑटोमेटिकली कैपिटल इन्फ्यूज होता है. You don't have to buy HDFC separately.
I
या सो ये जो चीज द मोमेंट मर्जर का डेट अनाउंस हो गया कि फ्रॉम दिस डेट HDFC लिमिटेड एंड HDFC बैंक आर मर्ज्ड इनटू HDFC बैंक, दे विल बी मर्ज्ड इनटू HDFC बैंक। उसके बाद HDFC लिमिटेड एज एन एंटिटी रहेगा ही नहीं, उनको शेयर होल्डर्स को पैरेलल बोनस शेयर्स मिलके वो सेटल करेंगे, विच यूजुअली हैपेंस इन मर्जर। तो जब वो होगा ना, तो डिफॉल्ट अभी 1600 रुपया दिख रहा है, अभी लोग समझेंगे नहीं, सेम आईटीसी स्टोरी आपको इसमें रिपीट होती हुई दिखेगी विद इन 2025 तक। आई कैन से वाउच फॉर इट, ये 3000 रुपया तो जरूर क्रॉस करे। इट्स अ डबल, इट्स अ 2 ईयर का डबल गेन, सेम डिट्टो लाइक आईटीसी डिड, बिकॉज इट्स द बिगेस्ट बैंक इन द कंट्री, फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग। उसमें अंडर वैल्यूएशन बहुत है। देयर इज वन मोर बैंक लाइक दैट, एयू स्मॉल फाइनेंस बैंक, वो भी अंडर वैल्यूड है, बहुत अंडर
was
वैल्यूड।
about to ask you
Acha, you have been watching all my videos, that's why you know where I'm coming from.
that.
तो वो भी बहुत अंडर वैल्यूड है। आपने देखा अभी लास्ट 2 हफ्ते पहले कैसे वो 100-150 रुपया एक दिन में चल गया, 15%। डिड यू ट्रैक एयू बैंक? एक दिन में 15-16% इन अ डे, बिकॉज संजय अग्रवाल, द मैन हु हैज बिल्ड दिस बैंक फ्रॉम स्क्रैच, उसका 3 साल का एक्सटेंशन हो गया एज अ सीईओ, आरबीआई अप्रूव्ड इट।
Yeah,
तो उस
I
वजह से
have in
वो,
my portfolio.
ओ वाओ, वंडरफुल। आप एसआईपी अगर कर रहे हो उसमें, तो वो तो बहुत बढ़िया चीज है, बढ़िया चीज है। एयू बैंक इज समथिंग विच वी आर रियली होपफुल इन फ्यूचर।
Yeah. I think yeah, I think we're done for the day.
श्योर।
Thank you, and over to you. This interview process only.
ओवर टू मी। नहीं नहीं, थैंक यू, आई जस्ट वांट टू से दैट वेरी मच विद इन टाइम, एंड योर क्वेश्चंस आर वेरी रेलेवेंट। I'm very proud that people like you are the youth of the country। मैं मतलब ऐसे नहीं बोल रहा हूँ आपको, जेन्युइनली बोल रहा हूँ कि the way you are thinking, your thought process, अगर सारे यूथ आपके जैसे सोच रहे हैं, एक तो आप मुंबई में बड़े कंफर्टेबल हो जाते हो, वो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है। यू रियली हैव अ लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस, अंदर भरा हुआ है आपके कूट कूट के, कि हाँ कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, सब हो जाएगा। ऐसा ऑप्टिमिज्म चाहिए, ऐसा पेशेंस चाहिए। हमारे यूथ में यार पेशेंस कहाँ है? वी डोंट फाइंड दैट इन द यंग पीपल टुडे, इट्स वेरी रेयर। सबको ऐसे अभी चाहिए, सब कुछ इंस्टेंट कॉफी के जैसा चाहिए, अभी इसी वक्त। it doesn't work like that, no? But yeah, thank you for doing this। I think our subscribers will give us a feedback, तो आपको वो comments में दिख जाएगा। And अगर अच्छा लगा तो I'll next time I'll also take your interview। आपका portfolio एक बार, मतलब portfolio नहीं, आपके choices एक बार देख लेंगे investment में। We can do that interaction।
Let's see. Yeah, I'll be on it.
Thank you so much, thank you, I'll see you
Thank you.
next time। Thank you
Yes.
guys for watching। This is Shiv Jumani. He is one of our subscribers, and he's personally, I know him very well, so he's very close to me. And he's, as you can see, such an informed investor. रह चुके हैं। This was his idea, and he initiated the call concept. So I full credit to him. And thank you, Shiv. Thank you, subscribers. I'll see
Thank
you
you.
next time. Take care.